good friend, Scott Bates, to speak next. Scott is the president of the Center for National Policy. He's also a Stonington police commissioner. There are very few people who are doing such great local service and actually also helping to lead the conversation about national security. And he's going to make the case, as we all know, that this is about cleaning up our air. This is about creating jobs. But this is also about making this country more safe. Please welcome the president of the Center for National Policy, Scott Bates.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is rare that we have two national champions on the environment, and flanked by both of them couldn't be more thrilled. Let's hear it for the Connecticut Senators. I'll be brief. I want to say that climate change promises to be the greatest disruptor of global security in the 21st century. Already we see signs of instability in places as far as Mali to Turkey and Syria, water wars between Egypt and Ethiopia. Why does that matter to us? I think you can look at the headlines any day that the shifts in population by the hundreds of thousands and millions already are happening because of climate change. And we don't want American troops to have to go and secure areas where there's extreme violence and breeding grounds of extremism. So this is our fight. It's not just about the climate, it's about human security all across the planet. So the stakes are incredibly high. I'm here for another reason, and that's to say that climate change is here, and it is costing Connecticut's families and towns dearly. I'm police commissioner in town of Stonington. I can tell you it has cost our police department tens of thousands of dollars in overtime to deal with Sandy, Irene, and the snowstorm just this past January. And that comes right out of our local budget. That's local people having to deal with the effects of climate change. I can tell you it has cost our local businesses on my street, Water Street in Stonington Borough. Talked to Tom Resendez, as I did today at Tom's News, or Stephanie Williams at Water Street Cafe. They went a week without power. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 3 years. And for businesses on the edge, they can't afford that kind of thing. We're talking to the fishermen in our fleet in Stonington Borough. We've lost our breakwater. First, Irene smashed it up, and then Sandy finished it off. And it's going to now cost upwards of $1 to $2 million to fix that breakwater and secure our harbor. These are real costs being paid by working people every day in our towns in Connecticut. So this fight is our fight at the town level and at the state level. And I just want to thank these champions here for working on this in the United States Senate. They couldn't do it without you. And I'm just here to remind you that the stakes could not be higher. I'll leave you with this one story, true story. The night before Hurricane Sandy, I was in our Emergency Operations Center as chairman of the police commission. And we were getting reports that the floodwaters might be 16 feet high. I said to our chief, what does that mean? And our expert said, that means that the fishing fleet, I don't know if any of you have been to Stonington, but the ships would get unmoored from the dock. We had to have a conversation about what to do about these ships. Send them out to sea where they'd be in grave peril, or keep them on the dock where they might break loose and smash into neighborhoods. That's a real conversation. I drove home that night, and I went down to the docks, and I saw where the meter tells you how high the sea gets. And I looked at the 16 feet, and I thought about my 6-year-old son, because 16 feet was about our second story window. This is real life in Connecticut today. Your action is going to help reverse the tide and secure a future. So thank you.
We're going to go back and forth on these introductions, so we don't confuse you by on and off coming to the podium. You know, I sit on the Armed Services Committee, and in some of our top secret briefings, we talk about exactly what Scott has just mentioned: food, water. One of the major sources of instability around the world that in turn creates support for extremism and terrorism. So this issue is not simply an American issue, it's a global issue, and we can't lead globally and internationally if we don't clean our own house. And that's another reason why today is so important. and to introduce someone who has